Today we're going to be talking about boot camping your life. So have you ever seen on TV or know what Army boot camp looks like? They are running and doing these crazy drills, climbing up obstacles, crawling on their hands and knees, and at the end of the whole thing, they are just worn out, muddied, and exhausted. But they accomplished and finished the obstacles. The reason why I want to talk to you about boot camping your life is because sometimes we need this type of environment in our lives to give us a boost in shifting and accelerating our lives, or give us a kick in the pants. You might be in a transition of a career change. You might want to finally lose weight and get in shape. You might want to learn some hobby you have always been kind of interested in and it's been in the back of your mind. Now, people are probably familiar with boot camp Army style, and there's also other kinds of camps and classes out there as well. All these classes and camps and seminars are condensed and accelerated learning methodologies to help you learn and grow at a faster pace. That's what you want, right? To go at a faster pace, right? A lot of us want to speed up our lives. As a kid, some of us might have been through sports camps, art camps, or other kinds of classes and camps out there. Whether it might be a full one-day class or a 3-day class or even a 1-week class, the ones I've experienced are workout boot camps, basketball camps, speaking boot camps, and financial stocks boot camp. When I did the workout boot camp style, I wasn't sure what to expect. Once the coach started telling us what exercise drills to do, I was already outside my comfort level. You start seeing the more advanced people who already know the drills. And then there's people like me who was struggling trying to keep up with every drill they were teaching us. Also, I was struggling on my stamina. I usually take my time working out. But working out boot camp style increases your blood flow by at least double, which means you're working out harder and burning more calories at a faster rate. After doing a few stations, I kept thinking, when is this going to end? But I hung on little by little and it finally concluded. I was left beat up, exhausted, and wasn't sure how I felt about the experience. It pushed me to the core for sure. And I felt like, oh my gosh, I have so much room for improvement on my fitness level. So as you saw as an example, I'm used to working out at my own pace, which is very slow or may not be as optimal as it should be, which means I would never maximize my workout regimen. I would never push myself to level up in that aspect. So sometimes in order for us to level up in our lives, we might need to accelerate ourselves to a more optimal pace and level. Whether you do it on your own in a class or in boot camp to nudge us where we need to go. Because sometimes the pace we are going at isn't really working. It's the same thing as taking financial stock class. It was a 3-day boot camp. They crammed us with 3 days worth of stock jargon and crazy charts and graphs, trading techniques. And even though I was familiar with the basics, this was way over my head. By the end of the whole thing, my brain was fried. But I did feel like I learned a lot and it was a good experience, because if I never took that class, I would have never learned those things that they taught me in that class. So every time you go through one of these things, you learn and you grow from it. There are many of us that are so hungry for something and curious about doing different things, but we usually don't find the time or take the action we need to in order for us to accelerate our lives. So here's the thing. You might want to consider boot camping your life in whatever aspect you are trying to improve, because we all need structure, rules, and guidelines to help give us a clearer roadmap of what we are trying to do. And when you take these classes, they give you a strong foundation to help get you to the next level. If you want to boot camp your life, you have to find a coach, teacher, mentor, or someone to assist you, whether it's directly or indirectly. It's hard to do it on your own. Go on GroupMe and sign up for that workout boot camp, or watch videos on YouTube. Go on Groupon and find that boot camp computer class to get you those skills at a faster rate. Find you that speaking coach that can help you get over your fears of speaking in public or hone your skills at a faster rate. There's something out there for you. For example, all the video editing skills that I have learned, I didn't sign up for any classes. I locked myself up in my room and forced myself to learn how to edit by watching hours and hours and days of YouTube videos and practicing what they were showing me. I was in the zone. The focus was only on how to shoot and edit videos. At the time, I didn't think of it as boot camp style, but it was like boot camp. Painful and frustrating and difficult to learn, and solely focus on learning that skill. Remember, if you pay for an actual class, you are 100% focused on what they're teaching you. If you sign up for basketball boot camp, are you going to be sitting there on your phone, texting and looking at your Instagram? No, you're going to be too busy doing practice drills and what the coach is telling you. This has to be the same way when you're doing it on your own. 100% focus on learning that thing. Let's say you finish the class. Keep in mind that just because you finish a class or are done with the boot camp, that doesn't mean the journey has ended. It means you were just getting started. You think 2 weeks of working out boot camp style is going to slap off the 20 pounds you've been wanting to lose? You think the 1 month of computer classes is going to make you a computer expert? Nope. You have to continuously keep up with the routine. Keep working out. Keep using those skills you learned. Like when I took that speaking boot camp, my coach gave me all the tools I needed to become successful. And just because I had those tools doesn't mean that I can rest easy and it's over. It means I now have to take the tools he gave me and start applying them over and over and over again until I get the results that I want. Boot camps give you a strong foundation of what you need to do. It gives you a sense of purpose because you are on a structured path. And the people that are in the class with you have similar common goals and purpose as you. And it gives you that sense of positive community where we help push each other and give each other support. Because once it's over, you are somewhat on your own again, needing to figure out what you want to do with all these things you learned. It's an ongoing process of improving yourself and facing new challenges all the time in anything you are trying to do. I have this friend, they took a computer boot camp class. They spent a lot of money and time on it. And when they finished, they were hopeful that they were going to be able to start a new career. But after months of searching, they ended up back in the same role and job they had before. I know they can still try to jumpstart their career and find a job, but right now they are not honing and improving the newfound skills, not working on any projects in that field, not even trying anymore. It's been over a year now, so they pretty much ended up filtering themselves out of the computer world for the time being. All that momentum you were gaining is gone for now. It's use it or lose it. So to conclude this video, if you have an itch that you have been curious about and think it would be a good experience for you, or you have certain goals and objectives, don't delay it too much, because every time we are interested in something, if we don't feed that curiosity, it just ends up being thrown on the back burner and you end up forgetting about wanting to do it. And that's the opportunity you threw away because of either being lazy, not finding the time for it, or not forcing yourself to go try it out. And then you lose interest. You know, sometimes these classes you go through might be a life or game changer for you. And sometimes it might be something that wasn't what you were expecting and you didn't like it. But at least you went through the experience. You now figured out if it was for you or not. And that is part of growing in your life, trying to figure out what you like and don't like. And the only way you can figure that out is by doing it and not daydreaming about it. So at the end of taking a boot camp or a class, you improve and hone your skills. You see all the things you need to work on. You have more tools and knowledge to help you get to the next level. You have support of the group and your peers. You have now been pushed outside your comfort zone. Your confidence is now increased. If you ever notice in any of these marathon running events or boot camp style events, even if you are beat up, defeated, dead last, and sucked at it, no one is laughing at you. They support you, they encourage you, they respect you. They know you were trying your best. They want you to succeed. You have seen it in these running marathons where you see someone who was close to the end and there is no way they can finish. What happens? People end up turning back and help them get to the finish line. And to me, when you boot camp your life, especially in a class you are taking, your coach, Your peers and others will help you get to the finish line. You are pushing yourself to try harder and at a faster rate, and pushing yourself to grow. And remember, when you take a class, this can bring out the competitive side in you too. 1, you are competing with others, and 2, you are competing and challenging yourself. If you started the class and your skill level was 2 out of 10, and you improve yourself to a 5 out of 10, that's a huge improvement and win in anyone's book. You might even surprise yourself and improve yourself to a 7 out of 10 or higher. Remember, this applies to working out, learning how to date, cooking, getting a job, speaking, music, sports, hobbies and interests, everything. And that's why I recommend you to boot camp your life. I'm Twan. I hope this can jumpstart your journey towards redesigning the life that you want. Boot camp your life through, and I will see you at the finish line.